Hello, fifth graders. It is time for your schwa spelling test, your week 5 spelling test. I hope you're ready. I hope you have your paper numbered 1 through 22 as usual. And please, please, please remember to pause the video as often as you like in order to slow things down. Don't worry, I'm right here and you'll just pick up where you left off, and the words are getting a little bit longer and a little bit more challenging. So take your time and do your best. Ready? If you haven't written 1 through 22, I would suggest you pause the video now and do it because it will be easier to follow along if you've done it. Okay, here we go. Number 1, public. The public library is open daily. Public. Number 2, stacked. The cans were stacked in the cupboard. Stacked. Remember that the first 2 words are application words. That means we've learned about these patterns, and now this is when you apply them. Number 3, detail. She told me every detail in the story. Reminding you again, do it by syllables, detail. If you just spell by syllables, it will be so much easier for you. Number 4, succeeding. She will be succeeding her father as editor of the paper. Succeeding means following in her father's footsteps, right? Taking over when her father is retiring. Number 5, magnets. Several magnets were on the refrigerator. Magnets. Number 6, opposite. My brother and I sat on opposite sides of the table. Opposite. Number 7, buffalo. Hundreds of buffalo roamed the plains. Buffalo. Did you notice that buffalo is already plural or singular? We don't add an S to buffalo. Number 8, cotton. Cotton. These pajamas are made of cotton. Cotton. Number 9. Really pull this one out by syllables. Immediately. I think we figured out this was a 5-syllable word, immediately. The fire department responded to the alarm immediately. That was a long one, needing a couple of extra seconds, I think. Number 10, the word is promise. She made a promise to take good care of the cat. Promise. Number 11, conflict. The conflict arose when the players disagreed about the rules. Conflict. I hope you're still spelling by syllables. Number 12, shadow. Part of the room was in shadow. Shadow. Number 13, kitchen. We usually eat breakfast in the kitchen. Kitchen. Number 14, shopping. In August, we went shopping for new school clothes. Shopping. Number 15, slept. A litter of kittens slept in the basket. Slept. Number 16, roll. Roll up the sleeping bag before we leave the campsite. Roll up the sleeping bag, roll. Number 17, depth. He spoke with great depth of feeling, depth. Number 18, value. These old photos are of historical value. Number 19, advice. I need some advice on which computer to buy. Advice. Number 20, bowl. The cat drank milk from a bowl. Bowl. Now for the challenge words, number 21, the word is elephant. We did talk about that word in the first spelling video, right? Elephant. The elephant is not a solitary animal. It lives in a herd. Elephant. And the last word for this week is honesty. I appreciate your honesty. Remember that honesty, think of the word honest first, and that might help in honesty. All right, super. Pause your video there, check your words, maybe back the video up so you can hear that word that you're not quite sure of. And then I'm going to share with you now my answer key. So be sure that you've checked yours before you look at the answer key, please. This is just for you to check over after you have done your best, right? Let's see if I have any other colors. Like I've been using the same color week after week. Okay, here's the word public. We spelled this in syllables, pub, and then remember ick at the end of a 2 or more syllable word is spelled with a C. Stacked, here's the word stack. It is our base word. Stacked, even though there are 3 ways to pronounce ed, t is one of them, but it's still spelled ed. Detail, here's our open syllable D, and then tail has the AI long A spelling in the middle of the word. Succeeding, here's the S-U-C, sounds like a K sound, and the C sounding like an S sound before the double E-D, succeeding, right? There's our last syllable, ing. Magnets, mag is E-M-A-G, we hear that short A sound, but this second one, here is our schwa in the magnet, right? Opposite, oppa, there we hear that schwa again, opposite. And this is a very funny thing at the end here. It looks like opposite, but it's opposite. Buffalo, buff, we can hear the short U sound. Buff, short, there's our schwa. And then low, long, open syllable, long O at the end. Cotton, this is a short O sound. Here's the dividing syllable. And cotton, there's our schwa sound at the end. Immediately, here is me, long E sound again, and then this combination is making our schwa sound here, immediately. We've got the li sound at the end, long E sound there, we're using the Y. Promise, prom, here's a short O sound, so we know that the M is going to be part of this first syllable prom, and then promise. This again is this I silent E, making the schwa sound here, promise. Conflict, con, and then flicked. I hope you remember to listen carefully for the C and the T. Shadow, here's a long O sound made with OW at the end there. Kitsch, TCH at the end of that syllable, and then kitchen, there's our schwa sound where the E is there on the second syllable. Our base word for shopping is shop. This is a short O, a short vowel, followed by one consonant. So we're gonna double the consonant before we add ing. Slept, hopefully you hear that pt sound. And roll, if you remember this kind of roll, take several times, roll up the sleeping bag, roll down the hill. 2 L's there versus roll, I gotta roll in the play. Depth, here we can hear the depth, and then hear that consonant digraph, 2 consonants making one sound, TH. Val, U, long U sound. We can't just end a sentence, a word with the U, so we have our E there at the end. Advice, we already know this is going to be between our 2 consonants. Here is our schwa sound, advice. I, consonant and silent E to make that long I sound. Bowl, O, there. And L, oh, some people say E at the short E sound. Elephant, there's another schwa. You maybe say this as a short E. This is definitely a schwa. Depends on your accent. Honesty, wow, we have a silent H. We haven't talked about that very much. On, here's the cat is on the chair. So that is clearly our short O sound, on. And then we have est, also short E sound there. ST, and then the long E sound for the Y at the, spelled Y at the end. Pause right there, cross out any words you got wrong, rewrite them correctly, make sure you get a little bit more knowledge from the test, and then take a picture of it and turn it in. And I will see you again next week. Nice work with the schwa. It is definitely going to get easier and easier for you.